LeBron as a team standpoint?
James shocked the world.
Team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
MVP that's eligible.
Nope.
Okay, so then if I talk to an NBA owner,
Tomahawk slam
this is
jam.
very helpful because
Yes,
realize
I'm loving it.
this is very helpful because for me as a fan, I've followed
I think he was looking at Michael Jordan.
I was thinking the same thing.
Michael Jordan's
point owner, and I want to find an all-around player. To be
talking
my
about when
number
we
one.
say
You
LeBron
think the
James.
average owner is going to pick you?
Scottie Pippen just destroyed the LeBron James GOAT debate with 5 brutal words. This debate is a joke. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't playing nice. In an exclusive conversation that leaked in early January 2025 and hasn't hit mainstream sports media yet, the 6-time champion looked straight into the camera and dismantled everything LeBron fans have been preaching for the last decade. In what he said next, it might just end this conversation forever. Because when a player who won 6 championships alongside Michael Jordan speaks on who the real greatest is, you don't just listen, you take notes. And trust me, what Scottie revealed in this sit-down will have LeBron fans scrambling for answers they don't have. Let's get into it.
Went.
I would definitely say that's fair, but I would give a lot of the credit to Michael Jordan because of the fact that he had created something with the Chicago Bulls, and that myself and other guys that came along, we built up on that. And it became, in the late 90s, when we got Dennis Rodman on the team, that we were, or people looked at us as.
So here's how this all went down. Early January 2025. Scottie Pippen sits down for what was supposed to be a casual, off-the-record conversation with a small media outlet. But someone was recording, and what came out of Scottie's mouth sent absolute shockwaves through the basketball community before it even went viral. The quote that started the wildfire? People need to stop disrespecting the game of basketball by calling LeBron James the greatest of all time. Just let that sink in for a second. Scottie didn't say LeBron wasn't great. He didn't say LeBron wasn't talented. He said calling him the GOAT is disrespectful to basketball itself. That's not shade. That's a nuclear bomb dropped right in the middle of the debate. And Scottie wasn't emotional about it either. He was calm, calculated, almost like he'd been waiting years to say this out loud. His tone was the tone of someone who's watched this manufactured debate play out for too long and finally decided enough is enough. Now, why does this matter more than every other hot take you've heard? Because Scottie Pippen isn't some retired player trying to stay relevant. He's not some analyst who never laced up in the NBA. This is a man who played alongside Michael Jordan, who won 6 championships, who knows what greatness actually looks like up close. When Scottie talks about the GOAT debate, he's not guessing, he's not speculating. He was there, he lived it, he won it 6 times. And the internet? Oh, the internet lost its mind immediately. LeBron fans started calling Scottie bitter. Jordan loyalists started treating him like a prophet. Twitter exploded with debates, reactions, memes, and think pieces before the clip even got 10,000 views. But here's the thing. This wasn't just a throwaway comment. Scottie kept going, and what he said next is where things got really, really uncomfortable for LeBron supporters. But before we get there, you need to understand something. This isn't about hate. This is about legacy, and Scottie Pippen is about to defend his with everything he's got. He backed it up with facts, with context, with the kind of breakdown that makes you question everything you thought you knew about this debate. He started with the most obvious elephant in the room, the finals record. You cannot lose more finals than you win and call yourself the greatest to ever do it. That's not how greatness works. Michael went 6-0. LeBron is 4-6. You're telling me losing 6 times on the biggest stage somehow makes you better? That's insane. And look, LeBron fans have heard this argument 1,000 times. They always counter with, but making the finals 10 times is harder than making it 6 times. And sure, that sounds good on paper, but Scottie flipped that logic on its head. Making the finals is great. Losing in the finals means you failed when it mattered most. Michael never failed, not once. When we got there, we finished the job. Every single time. That's the difference between great and greatest. He didn't stop there. Scottie went after the super team narrative, and this is where things got spicy. LeBron has spent his entire career building super teams or jumping to the next best situation. Miami, he teamed up with 2 other All-Stars. Cleveland the second time, they traded for Kevin Love. Lakers, Anthony Davis. Where's the loyalty? Where's the grind? We built a dynasty in one place. We didn't run when it got hard. We ran through everybody. Now, whether you agree with that or not, Scottie's point hits different because he's speaking from experience. He stayed. He dealt with the ups and downs. He never forced his way out to chase easier paths. And in his mind, that loyalty is part of what made those 6 championships mean something more. But Scottie wasn't done. He brought up clutch moments, game winners, pressure situations, and this is where even some LeBron fans had to pause. Show me the killer instinct. Show me the moment where LeBron took over like Michael did against Utah in '98. Show me the flu game. Show me the shrug game. Michael had ice in his veins. LeBron plays it safe. He's looking to pass first. Michael was looking to end you. Is that fair? Maybe, maybe not, but perception is reality in the GOAT debate. And Scottie's perception comes from playing next to someone who never blinked under pressure, someone who wanted the ball when everything was on the line. And in his eyes, LeBron doesn't have that same energy. The numbers don't lie, the tape doesn't lie. And according to Scottie Pippen, the comparison doesn't even belong in the same conversation.
Champion who's never, ever lost an NBA Finals, who, by the way, never even allowed a series to go 7 games.
Right.
You were right there. How is it that you talk about Michael Jordan like LeBron James is in the same sentence as him? Why do you do that?
Hold on. I will never diss Michael Jordan. I will always pick him over LeBron. You asking me what I see in today's game, I'm giving you my physical answer.
Okay, well, let me
I watched the game.
All right, well,
I'm a student of the game. And I realize how...
Now here's where Scottie took this from basketball analysis to full-on controversy. He went after the media hard. The media is pushing a fake narrative because they need something to talk about. They know Michael is untouchable, so they created this LeBron story to keep people watching. It's good for business, but it's not real. That's a direct shot at every sports show, every debate segment, every analyst who's made a career out of comparing LeBron to Jordan. And Scottie didn't hold back on who he thinks is responsible. You got people on TV who never played a single NBA game telling fans that LeBron is better than Jordan. Are you serious? These analysts get paid to create drama. They don't care about truth. They care about ratings. He specifically called out the generational bias that's fueling this debate. And honestly, he's not wrong. Kids who grew up watching LeBron never saw Michael play. They see highlights, sure, but they didn't experience what it was like when Jordan stepped on the court. The fear, the dominance, the aura. LeBron is great, but Michael was different. And if you weren't there, you just don't understand. This is the part where the debate gets messy, because how do you compare eras? How do you weigh nostalgia versus modern excellence? Scottie's answer? You don't, because in his mind, there's no comparison to make. Michael is the standard. LeBron is just really, really good. But then Scottie said something that made even neutral fans stop and think. When people say LeBron is better than Michael, they're not just disrespecting him, they're disrespecting everyone who won those 6 championships. They're saying what we accomplished doesn't matter, that our sacrifices, our battles, our legacy is somehow less than a guy who lost 6 finals. That's personal, and I'm not staying quiet about it anymore. And there it is. This isn't just about basketball for Scottie. This is about legacy. This is about respect. This is about feeling like everything he and his teammates built is being erased by a media-driven narrative that prioritizes storylines over truth. Whether you agree with him or not, you can't deny the passion. You can't deny the conviction. Scottie Pippen believes what he's saying with every fiber of his being, and that makes this so much more than just another GOAT debate segment. This is where Scottie's emotions really came through. Because for him, this debate isn't abstract, it's deeply personal. Every time someone says LeBron is the GOAT, they're saying our 6 rings don't matter. They're saying the dynasty we built in the 90s is somehow less impressive than what LeBron's done, and that's just not true. We dominated an entire decade. LeBron hopped from team to team chasing rings. There's a difference. And look, some people might call this bitterness. Some might say Scottie is stuck in the past. But from his perspective, he's defending something sacred. He's defending the standard of greatness that he helped create. Then Scottie went after something that LeBron fans really don't like to talk about: leadership style. LeBron plays for stats. He's hunting for assists, for points, for triple-doubles. Michael played to destroy you. He didn't care about his numbers. He cared about one thing: winning, and making sure you knew you had no chance. It's a brutal comparison, and it's one that's hard to quantify, but Scottie painted a picture of 2 completely different approaches to the game, one driven by personal achievement, one driven by dominance and destruction. He also brought up the infamous tension from the Last Dance documentary, the one where Scottie felt disrespected by how his story was told. And in this leaked conversation, he connected that frustration directly to the GOAT debate. They tried to make it seem like Michael did everything by himself, like the rest of us were just role players. And now they're doing the same thing with LeBron, acting like he's this solo superhero carrying teams. It's disrespectful to the game. Basketball is a team sport, but Michael made everyone around him better. LeBron, he beats everyone around him to already be great. Ouch, that's not just criticism, that's a character assessment. That's Scottie questioning the very foundation of what makes LeBron's career impressive. And whether you think it's fair or not, it's what Scottie genuinely believes, based on his experience at the highest level. But here's what makes this even more interesting. Scottie isn't saying this to stay relevant. He's not angling for a podcast deal or a TV spot. This leaked from a private conversation, which means these are his real, unfiltered thoughts, the thoughts he's probably been holding back for years while watching this debate spiral out of control. Once this clip started circulating, the basketball world went absolutely insane. LeBron fans immediately went on the defensive. Scottie is bitter. He's jealous. He's mad because nobody talks about him anymore. The comments were ruthless. The tweets were vicious. And the debate reignited with a fury we haven't seen in years. But Jordan loyalists? They treated Scottie like he just delivered the gospel truth. Finally, someone with credibility said it. Scottie played with MJ. He knows. LeBron fans can't handle the truth. The vindication was real. The validation was louder than ever. Even current players started weighing in, though most stayed anonymous or kept it vague. One leaked group chat message from a current star reportedly said, "Scottie ain't lying though." Another player allegedly posted and deleted a tweet that simply said 6-0 greater than 4-6 with a goat emoji. The NBA world was picking sides, and it was getting messy. Sports debate shows scrambled to book guests. Hot take artists prepared their monologues. Social media algorithms went into overdrive. This wasn't just a trending topic. This was a full-blown cultural moment in basketball discourse. And then Scottie doubled down. He posted on social media a few days after the clip leaked, "This isn't hate. This is truth, and the truth hurts. If you think I'm wrong, you either didn't watch Michael play or you're lying to yourself." The tweet got millions of impressions within hours. The replies were split right down the middle, half calling him a legend for speaking up, half calling him bitter and washed, but nobody could ignore him. And that's exactly what Scottie wanted, for people to stop ignoring the uncomfortable truths about this debate. LeBron himself? He stayed silent, didn't address it, didn't respond, just kept posting his cryptic Instagram captions and workout videos. But you know he saw it. You know his camp is talking about it. And you know this is eating at him, even if he'll never admit it publicly. Because at the end of the day, when someone like Scottie Pippen, someone who was in the trenches with the guy everyone compares you to, says the debate is a joke, that stings, that lingers, that becomes part of the narrative whether you like it or not.
So where does this leave the GOAT debate after Scottie's truth bomb? In his closing thoughts from the leaked conversation, Scottie said something that's going to be quoted for years. "Call me a hater if you want. I don't care. I witnessed greatness every single day for years. I saw what it took. I saw the mentality. I saw the sacrifices. What you're watching with LeBron, that's great. That's incredible basketball. But it's not the same. There's a difference between being great and being the greatest. And if you can't see that difference, you never will." That might be the most honest, raw take on this debate we've ever heard from someone with actual skin in the game. Scottie isn't guessing, he's not theorizing, he's speaking from lived experience at the absolute pinnacle of basketball. But here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to admit. LeBron can never escape the 4-6 finals record, no matter how many points he scores, no matter how many assists he racks up, no matter how long he plays. That number will always haunt him in this debate. Because when you're trying to be called the greatest ever, every loss under the brightest lights gets magnified. Can LeBron still add to his legacy? Absolutely. Can he win another ring and make it 5-6? Maybe. But even then, is that better than 6-0? Scottie would say no. Jordan fans would say no. And a huge portion of the basketball world would agree. This debate will never actually end. That's the reality. There will always be Team Jordan and Team LeBron. There will always be arguments about era adjustments, rule changes, competition level, and statistical context. But what Scottie did with these comments is remind everyone that the people who actually played the game, the people who know what it takes to win at that level, they have an opinion too, and their opinion might carry more weight than we want to admit. What this means for both legacies moving forward is simple. Michael Jordan's throne is still secure. LeBron James is still incredible. But the gap between great and greatest? According to Scottie Pippen, that gap is bigger than the media wants you to believe. So here's the question we have to ask ourselves. Is Scottie right? Is this debate really a joke? Or is he just protecting the legacy of his era because he can't handle the fact that a new generation has a different answer? You decide. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes this debate so captivating. Nobody's changing their mind, nobody's backing down, and legends like Scottie Pippen, they're not staying quiet anymore. What do you think? Is Scottie Pippen speaking facts, or is he just another bitter legend who can't accept that LeBron's greatness is real? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Jordan or Team LeBron? And more importantly, do you think this debate will ever actually be settled? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into basketball's biggest controversies, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because trust me, this story is far from over, and when the next chapter drops, you're going to want to be here for it. Let's keep this conversation going. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.